Welcome, this is M-Dog. We just played Shaman. I'm tempted to actually give Rogue a try here. As much as Shaman tends to be really reliable for me these days in Arena, I don't mind trying something new here. Let's look at Rogue. Let's see what we can do here. These mind control techs, they literally just about come up in every draft. It's okay, but I like it better than the Arcane Golem. But I think Stampeding Kodo here is a little bit too much value to pass on compared to the choices here. We're going to destroy a random enemy minion with 2 or less attack. And we come out with a 5 costing 3/5, which is okay. The big thing is its battle cry. Okay. I think we'll pick Elven Archer here. Just 1 damage for 1 mana is okay anyway, and you'll have a 1/1 as well, so we'll take that. Ragnaros. Edwin Van Cleef is pretty good, but you can't, even in a rogue deck, I don't think I can pass on Ragnaros. We'll say if we get 2 cards played, he's now a 6/6 for 3. It's really good, but I can't pass on Ragnaros. Right now, Ragnaros to me is Ysera and Ragnaros are the 2 legendaries that are just pretty much can't pass. Youthful Brewmaster here, although Betrayal is nice, but a really strong 2-drop, I'd rather have that, I think. Shiv's alright. It's better than that somewhat garbagey cards. Shadow Step, I'm not even sure. You know, what are we going to do? Shadow Step with Stampeding Kodo? I guess you could. I think we'll actually go Murloc Tidehunter there. Loot Hoarder. Venture Co. So interesting draft we've had so far. Very heavy on minions, very light on rogue abilities, but Scarlet Crusader so good. Sinjin Shieldmaster pretty good too, but I gotta take Scarlet Crusader, I think. And the SI7 agent is an absolute must pick here. Harvest Golem. Definitely over the other 2 choices, I would say. And out of these 2, I like Dark Iron Dwarf better. We've already got some 5s anyway. We need a 4. Passing on another Betrayal, which kind of stinks, but I'm not really experienced with all of these rogue cards, and so seeing when they're going to work and all that is still a little iffy for me. Right now we've got 1 spell to play behind the Auctioneer. Alarmobot's only interesting if we can get Ragnaros or Venture Co out turn 4 or something, but I think we go Gadgets and Auctioneer. And now we kind of hope we get at least a couple more spells to go along with that. Let's see, I like War Golem over Core Hound, but I think I like River Croc over War Golem, at least for this deck with where we are right now. Twilight Drake is good. Cold Blood is good. In most cases, you're going to give a minion +4 attack. I like the Ghoul a lot, but I think we'll take a Cold Blood. Sinister Strike is not that good. Dread Corsair is always going to cost 3 mana for us, as long as we've got our weapon acted. So at that point, it's just an average 3/3. 3 mana costs for 3/3. Cult Master, though, is good for card draw. I think we'll take Cult Master. And same with Novice Engineer here over these 2. I would take Stormwind Knight over Raid Leader, but we'll take Novice Engineer. A second Venture Co. or a Worgen? I think I'll actually take a second Venture Co. Patient Assassin. I like Big Game Hunter pretty well. Pretty decent removal, but I don't know, Patient Assassin's really good. As long as it doesn't get AoE'd as soon as you put it out there. I don't know, the matches we lose with this deck, I'm just not imagining we're going to be losing to huge minions. That's where I'm not sure how often Big Game Hunter is actually going to... I'm really torn here, to be honest with you. In some ways, I think Big Game Hunter might be a safer pick. I think we'll go with Big Game Hunter. Okay, and so we have some 5s. This might be a time where we actually can take Betrayal and feel pretty good about it. I think we will. We've got one Murloc Tidehunter. Let's see, what do we have on two minions? A Loot Hoarder and a Novice Engineer, which those are really just for card draw, not that strong. Murloc's okay. Rivercroc's okay. Brewmaster's really good. I'd say this is obviously between Acolyte of Pain and Murloc Tidehunter. We can't damage the Acolyte of Pain ourselves unless we're actually going to swing our weapon. I think we go to second Murloc Tidehunter. A third Venture Code is one too many, but a second Dark Iron Dwarf I think makes good sense. Oh, I think Razorfin Hunter over Sap here, actually. Assassinate for sure. Really good removal. Now this is interesting between having a Silence or having Fan of Knives, which gives you card draw, and plus if you play it on top of Gadgets and Auctioneer like on turn 8, you're going to draw 2 cards. Let's see how many spells we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spells, and so 21 minions. Our 4 drops are okay right now. We have lots of 2 drops. We don't have a Silence. I think we'll take Fan of Knives, actually. Can't believe I just did that, but alright, and I say we go Worgen here. Another Loot Hoarder's fine. This is pretty much going to be a 3-3 in a lot of cases at least. So we'll take Bloodsail. And finally, a Argent Commander to round out the draft. Not bad. Not bad. Pretty comfortable cards for me. We passed on some rogue abilities, rogue cards that probably are pretty powerful, but stayed a little bit more in my comfort zone with some of these dependable minions. So let's see how many wins we can get out of this one.
I will fight with honor.
Watch your back.
I think there's an argument that could be made for keeping Ragnaros in your deck. But Because if you do, you know that turn 8, as long as you've been able to hang in there, you're going to apply a lot of pressure to him. Or turn 9, I mean, you know, if it doesn't look like it's a good time to play at turn 8, obviously you don't, but we had such a just sort of odd support cards and expensive cards in that opening hand. I felt like it was important to send them all back just to get some options.
I can taste the mana.
Interested to see if he does attack one of our Murlocs. Looks like he'll just attack us to our face, I would think. I mean, 5 damage, you can't really pass on that, can you? Because it's just for this turn, I believe. Yeah. So you just got to get that card draw and get that damage in, and then it goes back to just being a 1/3. And obviously we will be killing it with this guy and our weapon.
I can taste the mana.
And now we'll have to kill it again. So very efficient play there. Unfortunately, that went really well for him. We do still have our Worgen alive, and we're only 4 hit points a lot down, but nice Elven Archer play. Alright, we'll go ahead and put our Twilight Drake in. I can't imagine that it'll ever be more valuable than it is right now.
Here we go.
4/5 on turn 4 is not bad. See what kind of removal we get out of him here. Just put a taunt down. Let's see. If we play Razorfin, hit that, kill it, play Razorfin, this will still have 2 life. Yeah, I think that's good.
Here we go.
If we know we're going to be trading minions this next turn, it may be worth putting Cult Master down along with Loot Hoarder. It's pretty valuable Consecrate, I'd say. He can now trade with his Elven Archer if he wants. Oh, interesting. Okay. I guess we'll go ahead and hit it with our weapon here, and then what else do we want to play?
Here we go.
I think we go ahead and get this out. Because next turn, on turn 7, we can always play Venture Co. after playing one of our 2s if we want. Unless we see that it's going to be a big trading round again, then we'd go back to Cult Master. Or based on what he plays, we may decide to equip our weapon and play Venture Co. But the thing you have to remember with Venture Co. is if you're going to play a minion the same turn you're playing him, you have to play the other minion first. So obviously we could trade here, equip our weapon, trade there. Maybe just ignore that, or just go ahead and trade with it. That would leave 5. We could put Cult Master if we're going to trade that. So we'd end up with an Argent Commander, a Cult Master, and we would draw 1 card. As much as I want to get Ventrico out there, I think this is probably a fine play. And if we know we're going to trade anyway, we might as well only take the 1 damage. It's too bad. That Gnomish Inventor would have been a great card for Stampeding Kodo to hit. Most likely against a Paladin at this point in the game, a Stampeding Kodo is probably just going to get a Silverhand Recruit, although it looks like he may get a Worgen now. We draw a card off that. Very nice. I think it's pretty tempting to go Stampeding Kodo here. We'll go ahead and trade with that first so we make sure that... Oh, mercy. Did we pull out Rag now? I think we wait a turn because we can get both Kodo and Agent out. So we'll take this out. Put this out there. And then, do we want to combo with SI Agent or go ahead and get Divine Shield out? I think that's the question. There's nothing to use this on except attacking to his face, which is fine, but I think it's more important to put this out, save our weapon swing, because what we're looking at is, will this next turn be a turn where we can keep his side of the board fairly clean and come out with Ragnaros? And Paladins are a little bit limited in how they can handle a Ragnaros, and if he has like an Equality Consecration combination, then you might expect him to play it this turn, except for the Divine Shield might be discouraging him. But of course the other thing you could do with Ragnaros is silence it, but that's not great because then you've got an 8/8 attacking him next turn. So as long as he doesn't have the ability to really turn the table here with 8 mana, okay, so he's going to limit the card draw we can get. Let's see. So the most damage we could do to it, I guess technically would be 6, and then combo this out and kill it. Both of these would still be alive and that would be dead. He'd be down to 3 cards. It's probably smarter. So we'll play, this only costs 3, so we'll play Loot Hoarder, Novice Engineer, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, hit him to the face and re-up. Okay.
Join or die.
Oh, no, we need to hit him with this one first.
Join or die.
Let's see what card we draw first. Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's such a bad play. Alright, so now instead we'll go this. Bring this out.
This guy's toast.
And I think we will hold this back and then just re-up our weapon. And that was a mistake. Instead of the Murlocs, I meant to play the Novice Engineer there. But we've really set ourselves up for a Consecrate. So we're going to find out right now if he has that Equality and or Consecrate. Especially the Consecrate. So that's a 6/7 now.
Reporting for duty.
Let's see. Trade here. This is still alive. And then 3. It's got 4 left. 2, 3. Okay.
Hey, lights out.
Hey, give me that! One shot, one kill.
And I think this is the time, to be honest with you. I think we held back long enough. Cleared through enough of his stuff. I think we saw enough of what he had in terms of removal and backup cards. You know, will be interesting to see if he has something to deal with this, if he just top decked it, or I just don't think he's going to be able to deal with it. He's down to 9 health. We've got so much strength with Ragnaros on the board and nothing on his side. He's going to Kings. Oh, 8. Okay, so he can take care of it. That was very well played. That Light's Justice actually can do some work here with all of our minions having 1 health. Three, 4. Alright, this will be game over here.
I hope you like my invention.
LaFours. I've played LaFours before, I believe. Alright. Well, that was an interesting game. Oh yeah, we got that daily for Rogue and Warrior. I was impressed that Paladin had the cards there to deal with Ragnaros. It felt like we had sort of bled him long enough that it would be very hard for him to do that, but he just happened to have that combination of putting a charge out there and then being able to buff it up for +2 attack. So that was well done in terms of dealing with a Ragnaros that late in the game. But he was pretty depleted by then, so it was going to be a win either way. Alright, let's see what else we can do here. As I'm sitting here thinking about it, the other thing he could have done, of course, is silence Ragnaros and then used his one of his Paladin cards that changed Ragnaros' attack to 1, then we would have had a 1/8. So there are different things you can do with each hero to deal with something like Ragnaros, but if you can put him down in a moment where you feel like they're a little short on cards and the odds are in your favor, they're going to have a hard time dealing with it. Bonesaw, kind of a cool name for a rogue. I wonder if this guy's main might be Bonesaw in World of Warcraft. Be interesting. So we've got a little bit of a interesting starting hand here. Not necessarily going to want to play Cold Blood until we can combo it. So that would be probably several turns down the road. Well, there he is.
The pleasure is mine. Here we go.
So turn 3, it looks like we'll have Scarlet Crusader to put out there, which against a rogue is still good. I mean, if he wants to take it out with his hero ability, it'll cost him 3 damage to his hero. So he's going to go ahead and use his coin early here and put out a Harvest Golem. Good play there. And we will save our weapon swing to see what he does here. He obviously can hit this if he wants and then trade, and he would still have a golem alive, but then hopefully we would still have our weapon swing next turn to take that out. But he may not want to use his mana on Dagger Mastery. He may decide to play another minion here. In which case, if this lives through this turn, Dark Iron Dwarf will be interesting on that. So it looks like he's going to, instead of using his Mastery, going to draw a card off of Shiv, and that's a good play there. So now we don't have anything to play with Dark Iron Dwarf. A little bit of a waste, I think, to play Fan of Knives here. Oh, mercy. We do have another Dark Iron Dwarf, so I think it's worth not playing it first because we don't want to give him the... What would be really fun is if you put something down with 2 attack or less, but considering that we have a Dark Iron Dwarf down, that might not be very realistic. Let's see what he does here.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Oh yeah, that's awesome for us. We'll just trade here and then use Stampeding Kodo to take the Razorfin Hunter out. That actually works out really well. Moments like that is why, and there's lots of opportunities like that, is why I think Stampeding Kodo is a very good card for Arena.
Tazdingo!
So we can Razorfin Hunter, and then Cold Blood our Kodo, and that will give it 7 attack, which would clear this and keep him alive, and then just weapon up and go to the face. We're not going to lose any minions, so I mean obviously another thing we could do is Fan of Knives and then just trade this, but we wouldn't have enough mana to put Cultmaster out as well, so I think this is the better play here.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Here we go.
And now, let's see, the problem with assassinating here, if he has assassinate, is yeah, he gets a big minion off the board, but he doesn't have enough mana to do anything else left. So he's in a difficult position where he really needs to play minions to try to catch up. There it is. That's a pretty good one. Fortunately, we have a pretty good way of dealing with it because of our Kodo. We could do 14 damage this turn, 15 actually, but because of our Ragnaros, I think we're going to take it easy on that and just go ahead and play our Cultmaster. Get 2 card draw out of it. And we'll save the weapon swing. Because we're really hoping that, well, we're going to kind of get a feel for when is the time to play Ragnaros. Obviously, if he has an Assassinate, he'll use it on Ragnaros. So, if we can stretch this out a little bit, it's probably worth doing so. He's going to stop the card draw with a Silence. But we will get card draw from him killing our Loot Hoarder. So he's down in cards now. We've got to play Twilight Drake this turn. That's just too much value. And then we may just go ahead and do... Well, let's see. Obviously we can trade here, this will still be alive. This would just be a straight up trade. Or we could swing there and then trade there and trade there. If we Fan of Knives, that doesn't really help us here. Betrayal removes this. Just don't feel like that's enough value to make it worth it.
Here we go.
Suck steel, swine.
Too soon. Here we go.
And this could be a good turn for Gadget-san.
I usually work alone.
Probably... Oh, he didn't get the combo. That stinks. Oh, he's going to sap anyway. Huh. Well, now we just about want to play that again, don't we? And then we'll have 5 left. We don't want to assassinate. We could just go Venture Co. Swing. Take it out with that. Whoa, 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 not that.
You gotta be kidding me!
Now that should
Here
get...
we go.
Suck steel swine.
If he has it, that should get an assassinate out of him. I think this will see assassinate if he has it. Alright, so what's he doing? He's just putting stuff out at this point. He's just putting stuff out. Alright. We're getting pretty late in the game here. In fact, that's game over. Whew! I almost messed up again. That is not the first time, if you've been watching my videos, that I get so focused on the plays that I'm wanting to make that I don't notice lethal damage.
Valera versus Jaina.
You asked for it. Watch your back.
And this is where we will keep Ragnaros in our starting hand because we have such a good mana curve with our other cards. The only downside to these cards is that if we end up playing Murloc Tidehunter on turn 2 and Scarlet Crusader on turn 3, then Twilight Drake ends up not being near as strong as it could have been, but if we still have the coin, that helps it. And it looks like we will still have the coin,
The pleasure is mine.
I would think.
Hello.
And it's a little bit of a waste against a mage, because if she wants, she can just Fire Blast the stronger one, and all we have is a 1/1 to chauffeur. That's pretty good Cone of Cold there.
For the crusade!
So this is working out well. I mean, even though she was able to take out, well, it was R2, she took it out with 3, so I guess that's not too terrible. Now let's see what she plays with 2 mana. Okay, nothing. Yeah, this worked out really well, because now we get a really strong Drake out there.
Or die.
And we still have our coin, so we'll take that. We'll take that sequence of events. Now she'll have to probably play something. Oh, she's going to polymorph that. She doesn't have enough to turn this into a, to Fire Blast this. So we got a polymorph out of her. We could attack with this and then return it to our hand. Or we could turn this into a Super Sheep, but it still only has 1 life, so that's not great. I think we will...
Or die.
Go ahead and play it. Put it right back out there.
For the crusade!
So we've gotten one polymorph out of her. Again, thinking about those removals for Ragnaros. This is not a bad target to assassinate. It doesn't have enough attack to big game hunter it. If we give this +2 attack, we could trade with it and also play Loot Hoarder and save the assassinate.
So many options.
Yeah, I think that's probably worth it.
Challenge accepted.
I think that's probably worth it. And we actually could technically get Ragnaros out next turn. Let's see what she does. First, we'll probably trade here to get our card from Loot Hoarder. We definitely want to take that out. We've gotten some spells out of her now. So it's tempting to go ahead and... Let's see, if we do that, that means we're pretty much committing to taking out this with this. I think we go ahead and play Ragnaros. We've gotten some good removal out of her. If she deals with Ragnaros, that's fine. We've got other really strong cards. And in that case, we'll go ahead and trade these. Another Loot Hoarder.
Join or die.
And we're going to go early Ragnaros. This will be a good experiment, if nothing else, to see what it's like to play a Ragnaros that early. At the very least, we got 8 damage in, and we still have pretty good position on the board.
I'm flying.
It's going to just about be game over. Let's see what we need to do here, though. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and hit her.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Mind if I roll me?
Here we go.
We're still at 30 health here. So we've been able to do all this without even using our weapon to trade minions. As long as one minion lives, we've got cold-blooded to... That doesn't help. Freezing Ragnaros doesn't help. Draws us a card. I'm almost 100% sure you cannot freeze Ragnaros from doing his ability. So we're going to test that out here. Even though we could just straight up win,
Suck steel.
we're going to test it out. Okay.
Well played.
And I guess it's possible that she could have flame strike next turn or done something and come back, and I would have been sorry, but unless she could have healed herself, it probably wouldn't have mattered. But I was almost certain that Ragnaros still did his ability even when frozen, so just wanted to make sure about that. I do recognize that we had multiple ways to be lethal that turn without letting Ragnaros do the job, but again, I just wanted to test it.
Valera versus Gul'dan.
Well, this will be an interesting test for us here.
You're back.
I'm going first, so we'll get rid of Fan of Knives and Venture Co. Because we haven't faced an opponent yet who's been able to get an early minion or board control, early minion lead or early board control. So, a Warlock,
The pleasure
the way
is
you
mine.
normally build Warlock, even in Arena, is pretty aggressive. So here's an early aggression here. So this is going to be pretty interesting to see. Can we look at that? Coins up into 2 cards here. So we'll go ahead and put the Tide Hunter out. And the idea here is, even though he could trade here and then trade here and still be in good shape, we can... Ooh, he lost an Argent Commander. That stinks. So he's going to protect that. So we can possibly, and if we wanted to, we could hit there and then use our weapon to take out the other, to take this out, so he'd just have the Succubus out. But that would only leave us with, I mean, that basically mean that's the only play we make this turn. So let's see if that's really what we want to do. We could also get Scarlet Crusader. I think going Scarlet Crusader here is even better. And let's wait for the right moment to use our daggers to try to get back some board control here. So this is the kind of test I was talking about, going up against someone that was going to be aggressive and get early board control. And the Warlock is just straight up coming to our face. And what we'll do here, since we have, now we want to save this for when we can combo it. So right now we're going to go Dark Iron Dwarf, give this +2 attack, and take that out. And for the first time this match, we will suddenly have a little bit of board control going into turn, well, the second half of turn 4. So let's see what the Warlock does here. Did get 7 damage done on us, but obviously it could have been a lot worse. I think we just play Razorfen Hunter and then trade with that.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Take 3 more damage. And that's such a positive trade for us in terms of board control. I think that's the way we want to go. Now we do have 2 damage coming out on the combo here if we play it after either Loot Hoarder or Murloc Tidehunter. So there's a life tap as he's going to start getting more and more cards to try to keep up with us. So we could go 1-4 and that takes that out, and then maybe Loot Hoarder at that point, or could swing our weapon to deal with it. Alright, let's do this.
One shot, one kill.
This guy's toast.
And I think we actually save, not take the damage, put Loot Hoarder out here, trade there, and then just go to the face. We do want to be a little bit careful on the amount of damage we're taking on swinging our weapon, especially against a Warlock. He has a lot of spells, abilities that are going to do direct damage to us as our hero, and so we don't want to.
Must cleanse the Sunwell.
We don't want to make that job any quicker than it already will be. Great time for Cult Master, it looks like, because let's see here. To take this out, we'll trade here. That'll be 1 death for a minion, and then we'll go there and there. So we're going to lose 3 minions, but we're going to get several cards out of it.
Hey, give me that!
I think we do it again. I think it's worth having the card draw there. And there's Ragnaros. So now we have 3. Go and play something. And again, hold on to our weapon. Lots of good card draw there. Ultimate time to play Cult Master. Thinking about healing himself maybe with something. And we will absolutely take that off the board.
My eyes are open.
Yeah, and again, we'll do some trading here. We'll do some trading and we'll go ahead and put Ragnaros down because I think he's pretty limited on what he can do. So we want to take this out. And to get a lot of value out of our Cult Master, we're going to trade 2 for 1 here in his advantage. And I'm pretty sure we're playing Ragnaros. Yes, we are. He's now down to 5 health. Siphon Soul, he's been holding on to it. That restores 3 health. But totally worth it there. Got another card draw from Cult Master. And we did 8 damage. He's life tapping, just trying to find something. And that is going to be
Well played.
game over.
Hey, lights out.
Wow, that was a dream match there. The way the cards came out and the way we were able to play them. That was actually a lot of fun. A golden Sinister Strike that I can't imagine we'll ever actually use. Well, that's not true. I'm not sure that Sinister Strike is necessarily that bad in a rogue deck if you're absolutely gearing it all the way, pedal to the metal, damage to the enemy hero, don't care about anything else. Maybe Sinister Strike's okay in those cases.
Valera versus.
Watch your
Alright, let's think about this. Warrior. What do we want to keep here? I think we just keep the Tide Hunter and the Cult Master. We had the Warlock test, now we're going to have the Warrior test, which will be just as interesting, I think, because again, the level of aggression. This Warrior's gone 4-0. He's probably going to have pretty amazing aggression. We are going to coin up to a Tide Hunter. And then one possibility for an early play is if we want to Brewmaster the interesting. Now that is it's a 2 for a 2, but in some ways I think that favors us to get rid of an early cleave. Now right now we don't have a play on turn 3 that makes a lot of sense. And we've already used the coin. So he's going to upgrade without a weapon equipped. Very interesting start for this fella here. And we'll probably just go ahead, unless we draw a 3. Scarlet Crusader would be great right here. Well, we're not playing that 3, and we're not going to play that 3 without the combo. So we'll just equip our weapon, swing there, take some damage off. And unfortunately, we're not going to have anything to play our Dark Iron Dwarf on this next turn, so we may be at a little bit of a weird position here on turn 4 unless we draw something decent. Even like one of our 1 card. Ooh, this is unfortunate. Yeah, we're gonna have to put Dark Iron Dwarf out. We can't, because we'd have to give that the attack to it. Alright, so let's look at this. This may be a time where we have to play Big Game Hunter. Even though we don't want to. I'd rather waste Big Game Hunter than waste SI Agent here. It's not worth attacking this turn with our weapon, but we'll attack it next turn if we can play the SI Agent. So if we play Dark Iron Dwarf there, and I didn't think about this, but if we play Dark Iron Dwarf there, we would have had to have given it 2+2 attack, and that's certainly not what we want to do. It's a little early to be getting a Warsong Commander out, but because of the way he was able to clear our side of the board, it could work for him. He just needs to make sure whatever he puts out here can clear Big Game Hunter. But our ultimate priority right now, even if we have to assassinate, is to take out Warsong Commander sooner rather than later. Okay. It's a pretty good play. It helps protect his commander. and we are probably going to have to assassinate it. Let's see. Deal 1 damage. It'd still have 3 though. I can't believe we're doing this. I just don't see another way. I just did not see another way. That was a really unfortunate series of events there that led to that happening. Wow. And he is really putting on the pressure here. Now he's going to have a taunt up. He'll have several taunts up probably before we can deal with it. Alright, 2. Deal 2 damage to that. And then we've got a 2-1 and a 3-3. Still not going to be able to kill Hogger next turn. But if we can just...
Mind if I roll knee?
This guy's toast.
I don't know. I don't think either of those cards will live through this turn. I think he'll trade them to get them off. If one of them does live, of course Dark Iron Dwarf may help. And there's another Warsong Commander.
Drink with me, friend.
And we are in real trouble here.
You love my new recipe.
I don't necessarily see a way we're getting back into this.
I hope you like my invention.
You gotta be kidding me!
All he needs is something that does 5 damage and it's game over. He very well could be lethal this turn.
Truth is my shield.
Yeah, he's 1 away from being lethal. So that's going to be game over because even if somehow we get a great card draw here and are able to turn things around, he's going to have a weapon that comes up any minute now. So that'll be it. Cold-blooded actually doesn't help us right now. Other than the fact that we could take out the taunt with it, but we can't do anything with the second taunt.
Well played.
That's going to be it. So we were, and that looked like a really lopsided match, and in a lot of ways it was, but it really boiled down to the way those first couple turns went. You know, it just worst case scenario for us, and he took advantage of it with an early Warsong Commander that we had to waste and assassinate on. So good play by the Warrior.
Valir versus
Let the hunt begin.
Watch your back.
And we'll just keep those cards. Couple of 2s. So we have a turn 2, turn 3 play, and then we also have a turn 4 play that can help. So early coin action.
Greetings, traveler.
Turn 3, we can actually play River Croc and Worgen. He's going to get at least one card draw out of this, maybe more. Don't tell me he played that without another creature to summon next turn. Unbelievable. See, to me, that's insane. So we'll just we'll take a little more damage from the buzzer just to clear it and keep ours alive. Multi-shot here clears our board if he wants to do that. It's actually not that bad for us. Not that bad of a situation for us. So we can go Razorfin, Hunter, Croc, or we could just put Ventureco out there. Let's see. He's going to do tracking here. Yeah, I think we'll just go Razorfin and Murloc. A lot of bodies out on the board. This would be a good time for an explosive trap if he has one. He definitely has card advantage.
You gotta be kidding me! So steely. Why?
He's in a pretty tough position here. So he's just going to trade with one of them to keep his alive. But we still have lethal unless he can deal with multiple targets.
I let the dogs out.
You love my new recipe.
That's smart play. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can still do 6 damage. Oh, I kind of like Betrayal here. And I think we're lethal.
Well played.
Alright. Another good game with this rogue deck. I really like this rogue deck. I don't know if it'll go all the way or not, but it certainly has potential to. It's a very fun deck to play with, though. Alright, let's see here if we can continue a little more success with our rogue deck, or if we begin to stall out here.
Valera versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine.
Watch your back.
Let's see. We're going first. Let's take a chance and send one back. We have an interesting thing here.
The pleasure is mine.
We're going to hold back our Elven Archer.
Shields up!
Mind if I roll knee?
So his 2's stronger than our 2, but we will draw a card upon death.
Someone call for the doctor.
It's unfortunate that he was able to heal that.
One shot, one kill.
Obviously we were planning on using the Elven Archer to destroy the Sun Fury Protector if it still had 1 health, but because he was able to heal it back, we weren't able to do that.
Sunwell.
And now he continues to buff this one up, and this card has become quite a problem for us.
You call that away.
See if he has any more tricks he wants to play with his Sun Fury Protector.
You call that
I guess he does. Let's see. We could hit it, get to 3, do 1 damage, do 2. There's really no way to kill it.
So many.
Let's see, actually there is 1, 2, 3, and then trade. It's a lot of effort to take out 1 card, but it's probably worth it.
This guy's toast.
Let's give it a shot.
Probably worth it. We still have our assassinate. If we give this 2 attack and then attack him to his face, we're in pretty good shape.
You call that away. Hey, lights out.
Here we go.
We also potentially have our weapon still for next turn. If we end up playing Blood Cell Raider, it becomes a 3/3 for 2, which is not bad. See if he trades this out. Leaves it in stealth. Very interesting.
X marks the spot!
You gotta be kidding me!
We probably should see some removal from him here. Yeah, there's a Siphon Soul. Again, let's see if he trades or holds on to it. I think we go ahead and apply the pressure now. Actually might have been better to hit the tiger, but see what other kind of removal he has here. basically we got rid of the tiger. Almost, actually. Interesting. Well, no, it is gonna die, so yeah, it will.
Why do you call
So now he's trying to slow down the damage we're doing to him. Nothing worth assassinating. Nothing worth fanning of knives.
Die, landlubber!
Here we go.
You gotta be kidding me!
We're still in pretty good shape, but let's see what he's been holding back. Obviously he has to trade somewhere.
Drink with me, friend. Who dares summon me?
Let's see, we can do 1 damage and trade with 1. Give this +4 attack. Go to the face. No reason to assassinate. Let's go ahead and see what we get with this first.
I hope you like my invention.
Here we go.
I think we do take this one out.
Die, landlubber!
And we're still holding on to our assassinate. We've got enough damage on the board to be very close this turn. Now let's see, we'll probably life tap. Let's see where he trades. So we'll just hit that with our daggers. One, two.
Here we go.
Oh, if you're sure.
Join or die!
All right. One more win and we at least break even.
Valir versus Jaina!
You asked for it. Watch your back.
Send some stuff back here to try to get some options for some of these early rounds. There we go. I like that Razorfin Hunter for turn 3. We don't have a 2, so no point in playing 1 necessarily. Let's see what they play. I think we will coin into our Razorfin Hunter, even though the mage will be able to trade very favorably with it. Keeps them from getting a really big lead on us, hopefully. spell incoming. So we could cold blood. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, or we could just go 1, take that out, and then put this down and deal with that later.
One shot, one kill.
I smell blood.
Very likely fire blast this, and probably attack our face with this.
So many options.
4-1 attack, but then it was fire blast that we really don't want to do that. It's unfortunate here, but I think we have to just bite the bullet. And still trade with them.
First kill.
It's unfortunate, but I think that was the smarter play. We can just take out the ooze with our SI agent and then just trade.
This guy's toast.
Obviously the problem is we haven't done any damage to the mage and we're 9 health down. Just got a little bit of a card advantage. So we're still in a little bit of trouble here, even with 3 minions on the board. It's almost worth just assassinating that. It'll take forever for us to kill it. I guess we could just go ahead and do that. We will. 2, 3.
Hey, lights out.
Here we go.
Problem now is that they're all in blizzard range. Wouldn't even need a flame strike.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
With so many 1-drop minions, it's kind of nice to have something with Divine Shield, actually. We need to test out this secret.
Well played. Thank you. Here we go.
You gotta be
Hey,
kidding me!
lights out.
So we got 14 attack on the board. Obviously this one's gonna probably not survive, and I wouldn't be surprised if both of them get frozen. that all she's doing? Interesting. Don't we just assassinate that and go 14 damage? Isn't that what we do?
Not good, not good. How you doing?
Lights out.
Here we go.
I think that's the best play. I don't think that's wasting an assassinate. We got 7 more damage in. Now she'll take this out, but let's see if she has polymorph or some other way to deal with this.
Well played.
Well played.
I wonder.
It's not over yet. I'm surprised she doesn't have a way to at least freeze this. If not polymorph it. She has 2 mana left. That's it.
How you doing?
Alright. GG, an immortal. So, playing with house money now. Seven wins feels so good, but 8 feels even better. Once you get to 8 wins, you know that you're either... If you stall out at 8, well, you're getting the most gold you can get. If you get to 9, you feel like you've achieved sort of the ultimate goal. So, either way, it's pretty awesome. And we'll just send Big Game Hunter back right now. It's going to be a while before a minion comes out with 7 attack. Now we have all kinds of options here for 2 and 3, so it'd be hard to ask for a much better start other than maybe having one of our 1-drops, but we can coin into 2, so it's fine.
The pleasure is mine.
So early 2 against a druid. Probably go ahead and play the Murloc, actually. He's thinking hard. Reardon. It actually... It's worth considering waiting on the Murloc for turn 2. Because then it's more likely that we would hold on to this to play with the gained weapon attack. But I don't know. I think having that early pressure is probably worth more than 1 extra attack. I'm wondering what's taking quite so long here. Maybe he was just thinking about this early play. Wow, that's a good play.
Well played.
The problem is we don't have anything.
I wonder.
Yeah, you know what though? I think it's worth it. We're gonna take some extra damage here. But we're just gonna have to. I'm not willing to wait. We don't have anything that does 3 damage that we could just safely put down for a long time. So we just have to deal with this. We're just gonna have to take some damage.
X marks the spot.
It's really nasty. Turn 1 Worgen. Eight more damage. So potentially 8 more next turn. I think we'll do this. We're just hoping we stabilize before it's over. If we don't, we don't, but you know, you're not going to see a turn 1 Worgen very often, especially without the coin, but
For the crusade!
Challenge accepted.
I don't really see a way out of this. 9 damage just is too low against a druid.
Locked and loaded.
Is he actually going to trade with it? Oh, he's just going to take the damage. Yeah, that makes sense. It's too bad we don't have a 2. Too bad we don't have a 2. I guess we just don't have an option here again. Yeah, go ahead and get 2 separate bodies.
Here we go.
2, 4, 5, at least 5 damage, and I'm assuming he has at least 1 spell he can throw out there.
To Northrend.
That's it. So every once in a while you get in a match like that, and you really just let it roll right off of you. And every once in a while you'll have a play like that, and if it happens to you, that's great. If it happens against you, it's difficult, but you just let it roll right after you. Roll right out of you. An Innervate Worgen turn 1. I mean, what are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? We didn't have the cards. All we needed was, you know, just the right card there, and we just didn't have it. So, it happens sometimes. My cat is jumping all over the room, and my dog's asleep on the floor. So, there's the update. Turn 1 Worgen. Ooh, I have nightmares about that one.
Might shall bring victory.
Alright, a couple of 2s. We can get rid of the Shib. Well, we got all 2s right now. Even the Shib is a 2. You know what, we'll hold on to it. That 1 damage can be interesting. Obviously, we'll coin into something. Probably Novice Engineer. Just to have more choices sooner.
The pleasure is mine.
Well, it's crazy. We don't have a turn 1 Worgen to deal with this turn.
I hope you like my invention.
Now I like this taking the chance here of playing Novice first, because it does give you another card draw, and plus we're sitting on an Elven Archer. If we just need 1 damage, we can get it from the Elven Archer.
For a little blood.
And the other thing we could do here is just go ahead and return this to our hand for more card draw, and then the Youthful Brewmaster matches up much better against that card. So we'll go ahead and attack to his face, and go ahead and do that. So, you know, we sacrifice the opportunity to have the advantages in number of minions on the board, but we get extra card draw, and we save Novice Engineer from enraging this Berserker. So he'll just trade 2s there. And there's the dreaded Worgen that we faced last match. And again, we just don't have anything to deal with the Worgen. We really don't. Back into really uncomfortable territory here. And this may be insanity, but I think we're going to do the same thing we did last time. So he'll probably attack this one, especially if he can remove this somehow. And then he'll have this enraged. He's a priest, so he could heal it, but if he heals it, it's no longer enraged. So you don't necessarily want to heal the Worgen unless it's the only way to keep it alive. So he is going to enrage off of that one. Now he's a 4-1 and he can go to our face. And then I think he'll probably heal it. That's a pretty solid play.
Put this apple on your head.
Keeps it alive a little longer. We're going to have to use an early betrayal here. Unfortunately. I'd love to save that, but we just can't. It's not worth doing that.
One shot, one
Weird situation there. Those early Worgens we've been facing last 2 matches.
Let the pain speak to me.
Perfect stampeding Kodo. No question, that's the play here. So frustrating to get a stampeding Kodo played on you.
You have better.
Wow,
Well played.
that was an early defeat. Admittance to defeat. Well, we recovered much better from the early Worgen that match than we did the last one. And now we've got to 8 wins, so that's all. We're in that awesome win-win situation. 8 or 9, doesn't matter. Either get more gold or more glory.
Valera versus Rexar.
Let the hunt begin.
Watch your back.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I smell blood.
Alright, well.
Mind if I roll knee?
Come on, Treppin. Let's get this match decided.
I wonder.
It's time for a little blood.
What's going on here? Interesting. Very interesting. We'll just get rid of it.
First kill.
We'll just get rid of it. We can put a lot of Murlocs on the board this turn. And I say, why not? This is our swan song match. Why not go out with Murlocs everywhere?
Engaging TC-130. Mental
Don't
dislocation.
take my Murloc. That's pretty good, actually. We can destroy my Murloc. Show you. What is he coining up to? Go to the face, I would assume. Oh, what would be really nice is if we could just take that out first, then take that out, and then Kodo that. I think that's the play. I think that's the play. Kodo the doggy instead of give it the chance that the Murloc can get Kodo'd instead. Don't want to leave that to chance. He coined up for that thing, so we got some value there.
I wonder.
You call that a whip?
So I'll just go ahead and trade out. Huh.
I wonder.
Drink with me, friend.
Here we go.
That was a little rough. That play was a little rough.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Jeez Louise. We may be in a little bit of trouble here. Five, 6, 7.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Challenge accepted.
Here we go.
He's gonna attack right here. Oh, he's going to our face. It's game over. Because he's got 5 more damage. We don't have any way to heal ourselves. We'll just put Ragnaros out just so you can see how scary we might have been.
Well played.
Alright,
Time to pay.
we have to take this guy out, obviously.
Here we go.
Too bad that weapon's so strong. 5 attack.
Well played.
Alright, so it looks like the glory is not ours, but the gold is. Playing as much arena as we do, it's hard to complain, to be honest. Hard to complain. Let's see exactly what we get. $210 and 40 dust. Pretty good. Looks pretty vanilla here. Angry chicken. What was new? Oh, Sinister Strike, that was not new. Angry Chicken was the only one that was new. It's our first Angry Chicken. Everything else we already had. So we have 600 dust now. And a good bit of gold. Alright, as always, thanks for watching. It's fun to have some success with a rogue deck.